Standup Comedy, your host and MC, presents Comedy Appetizers, a podcast where you will find short comedy sets, stories, and funny bits from the famous and not so famous. Here is your host and MC, Scott Edwards.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast. We have a special audience of one show for you, and boy, what a treat. This gentleman toured with Frank Sinatra for over a decade. He's got 52 years in the industry. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tom Dreesen.
Thank you for that introduction.
Hey, Tom, it's so nice to have you back on the show. Now, you toured with Frank for many, many years. I'm sure you had a chance to visit his home. Wasn't it in Rancho Mirage?
Yeah, Frank Sinatra had this beautiful compound down in Rancho Mirage that had all these, had a main house. But on the outer perimeters were all these bungalows, Strangers in the Night. They were named after his songs, Tender Trap, New York, My Way, et cetera, et cetera. And he had these incredible house guests. One of my favorite was Admiral Shepard, the first man in space, and on the fifth lunar mission landed on the moon. And one night, Admiral Shepard was down in Palm Springs area giving a lecture, and Frank and I went to the lecture. And at the lecture, if you remember, Scott, that Alan Shepard hit a golf ball while he was on the moon.
Yeah, that's right.
This woman said from the audience, he had Q&A after his speech, and this woman said, Admiral, when you hit that golf ball on the moon, did they ever find it? And he said, they? And of course, the room broke into laughter, and Frank and I were laughing about it. Now, after we go to Frank's house, and we're standing around the cocktail party at the house, and Frank and I and Admiral Shepard were talking, and I said to him, seriously, Admiral, when you hit that golf ball on the moon, did it ever come down? He said, yeah, Tom, because the moon has 1/6 of the Earth's gravity. So anything you can get up on the moon will stay up 6 times longer. And Frank looked at me and I looked at him, and both of us at the time said, fly me to the moon.
Well, anything to help keep it up 6 times longer, right? Well, did Alan Shepard even know what he was saying? That's hilarious.
Oh, no, yeah, he was an incredible guy, and as you know, it was the first man in space, and on the fifth lunar mission landed on the moon.
Well, just the opportunity to not only hang and share so much of your life with Frank Sinatra, one of the legends in the entertainment industry, but the opportunities to meet all the various important people. I mean, Alan Shepard was a hero when it came to space flight. Thanks so much for sharing that special story. Tom, you're always great. Thank you for being a part of our show.
Thank you, Scott. It's always good to be here with you.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Comedy Appetizers. Be sure to share with family and friends, and we will see you this Sunday for our regular podcast, your host and MC, and again next Friday for another episode of Comedy Appetizers. Bye!